Now, at this point, heading into the overnight session, the market hasn't opened yet. I'm recording this Sunday early in the morning here. But the way the market is set up right now, it is in an oversold condition, right? So we know that the larger time frame is bearish, and that's going to continue to be the case in the foreseeable future, but the market is oversold into some larger time frame support. So we can get a bounce here. The market is set for a bounce. It may bounce off of this, 1910 to 12 area. It may go a little bit lower and then bounce. But right now, the risk reward is not really favoring the sell side. As you keep going lower and lower and lower, the risk starts to increase for sellers and the reward starts to decrease, right? And where the market closed on Friday afternoon, especially given that, the AD line wasn't that weak, minus 1,000 or minus 1,200 is not really indicating broad market panic or, a massive sell-off. It doesn't really support this big liquidation move that happened in the last hour, so it wouldn't be very surprising to see the market bounce, back into that swing low of 24.5 or back into the 28 to 30 area even. That would not really take a whole lot of effort. So right now, even though the larger time frame bias is bearish, because the market is so deeply oversold and all the markets are trading at some pretty larger time frame support, it makes sense to be careful to short the market at aggressive prices and actually anticipate a bounce off of support. Like I said, it's not going to take much to go back to 24.50, back to 28 to 30. Now, if the market goes back up, those areas can act as resistance. But down here at 1910, 1912, or the support zones that are even below this area, those are risky spots to initiate a new short. And in the Sunday Globex session and possibly even Monday morning, there's a higher likelihood that we will get value seekers and responsive buyers jumping into this market and getting a bit of a short-term bounce based off of this short-term exhaustion and oversold condition in the market. So the larger time frame bias is going to continue to be bearish, but that doesn't mean that on the smaller time frames the market can't go up. So we have to be a little bit more careful of trade location down here on the short side and perhaps look for some long setups intraday and look for a move back up towards the 24.5 and 28 to 30 area. So that's going to be the game plan now for anyone who's actually trading the overnight session, and then we'll see how the overnight session plays out. We'll see where it opens, what kind of information it provides, and we'll use that to update our game plan for Monday morning. But right now, bigger picture, that's what the market is showing us, and we can get a decent bounce off of these areas, and that's why we have to be a little bit more cautious on the short side. And if we're getting good location, consider taking some long setups for a move back into the recent range. So those are our main ideas. I hope you all had a great first week in the markets. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll update you all tomorrow morning.